So I built an interface for tracking leads from our ads for one of our clients. And I built, in my opinion, something insane. So I thought I'm going to share it with you. If you like it, drop a like. If no, then don't. So we are in Airtable, as some of you might have guessed. And I'm going to walk you through everything. So this is the leads dashboard. What does this track? Well, we are running the ads and people opt in the funnel. And basically we are tracking how many leads came through. Then of those leads, how many we contacted, how many are new leads, lead to lead. This is my brilliant strategy. I know for a fact the guys who are into tracking details or information is going to love this, how I done this. Then what's the pickup rate, what's the disqualified rate, what's the appointment booking rate, and the leads who we have, what type are they, what is their booking level. Like this is a niche information, monthly income, not correct, but and their biggest challenge. Then there is like bucketing of the speed to lead. I will show you details just in a second. But this is the tracking system, and why this is super important, like to track every single detail here, is because you can make the proper decisions. This is real life data right now. So far we haven't tracked speed to lead, but everything else is real life data. And there is two things which I don't like. This and this. And so an interface like this allows you to have the proper information immediately. Like, okay, what is the problem with our business? Like, why are we not making more money? Well, because our pickup rate is below KPIs. I think it should be 60, 70, I guess. Then the disqualified rate is high. We should really get that down. The appointment booking rate is insane. Like, I have nothing to say with that. And so when you're now thinking about these details, you're like, okay, it's clear. We need to solve these. We need to solve the pickup rate. We need to solve the disqualified rate. Well, the pickup rate can be solved very easily with the speed to lead, especially lately with our newest leads. I can show you the data. The offer owner wasn't available, couldn't call up the leads, and a lot of them did not respond, like unavailable, and others are like not solved and unavailable. But let me tell you the best part of this, which is I was thinking about what's the issue with the disqualified rate? How can I solve the disqualified rate? And what I realized is, if you really think about it, everything that you are currently doing in your ads and in your funnels improve your or influence your numbers, right? So just for a second, let me give you an idea. If you're trying to get clients for a barbershop coaching offer like this one, and you start creating offers or like ads, like you market yourself as make 10K per month anywhere from the word, then a lot of people are going to be disqualified. Now, genuinely, this is not what happened. But because I understand this, I realized something. And what helped me realize that is these details right here. I was thinking, why our disqualified rate is that high? And so I looked at this, the booking level of the leads that came through. What that means is how booked they are on a weekly basis. And two things are important. Most of the people are either 60% booked or fully booked. That's one important information. The other is the monthly income. 39% of the people are under 3K, right? Yes. Then 3 to 5K, then 5 to 10K. And then the biggest challenge. This was the most influential thing for me. Not enough clients. That's the biggest shareholder or biggest piece in this pie. And why is this important? Well, it tells me that our current ads, however great, however bad they are, attract people who are more likely making less than 3K a month and their biggest issue is not enough clients. And this is not the people who we want to work with. That's why a lot of them can be disqualified. So that tells me that whatever I'm right now using in my marketing is attracting people who don't have enough clients and as a reason don't make enough money. The question is, how are they still like almost fully booked? But this thing is not so important right now. This thing is super important. 30% of people don't have enough clients. So whatever I'm saying in my ads and in the funnel that these people actually come through is the number one thing or problem. But now I want to walk you through one or two things on how I set this thing up, because you now understand like, hey, I can actually make good decisions now. I can improve on the ad. I can do this, I can do that, and it will work better. My client will be happier, he will make more money, and I will make more money as a result. But I think genuinely tracking these details shouldn't be too complicated, but Airtable makes it. So I want to walk you through, if you want to do this for yourself, how to do it. So first of all, we have one all leads sheet or like table where every lead ends up. I have then two different views for the client itself. Like he can look at the CRM where just every lead is. The things that he doesn't have to know about are here, but again, he doesn't have to know about that. And also he has a unique leads folder acting as a CRM that not leads folder, what am I talking about? Like a unique follow-up view in this table that only shows them the people who you need to follow up with, either the people who didn't show or the people who are like who he had a call with and they can still be closed. These are for the client for easier management. But how are we tracking the details? Well, how everything is set up is that the client comes into the CRM, and when a new lead appears, what they do is, first of all, they call them up like through the phone. So they have the phone number, they call them up. And after they call the person, they will change the lead stage. They are either unavailable, the phone didn't work, or the phone call was done, like the appointment call. But if the phone call was done, that also means that he's most likely were able to book a sales call. If no, then yeah, that's all. Oh no, that person can still be followed up with, so I have to update this. But yeah, so the sales call is booked. But again, if the sales call is booked, what that means is we do not really have to do anything with this person until we hop on a call. Then we either close the person, he doesn't show, or we couldn't close the person, so there is an advancement. As well, the person we call up can be disqualified or just straight up like, no, I don't want to work with this person, or there can be a wrong phone number. And so what happens is if you press unavailable, like left voice note, basically nothing really happens. Like that, we cannot put it here. Like it's a didn't pick up, it's not disqualified, nothing happened. But immediately the speed to lead is tracked. So as you can see, right now, it took me 6 to 8 hours to message this lead and 455 minutes. It's insane on average. But let's say we again message this person, the sales call gets booked, then the information here is going to change, the pickup rate is going to go up, because how the interface works or how you're tracking the numbers is if someone, like the lead stage of someone becomes either phone call done, whatever from these, that means that we called the person and the person picked up. The only time he did not pick up if he's unavailable. If the sales call is booked, then the person is also booked. And if he is disqualified, the person is disqualified. Now, why this is super important is because the only way we can track these percentages is if we use these checkboxes. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The most important thing is how do we track the speed to lead? Well, it's super simple. We have for every single person a submit, like time of submitting the form. Like we call them up. Sorry, oh my god. They opted in from the page and we know when they actually done it. And what that means is we can use that as the point where we get the notification on the phone, like, hey, new lead. And when the person enters this sheet, what happens is the lead stage is empty, like this thing. So when the client in the CRM presses the button and checks anything, that means he contacted the lead. So as you can see, in the all leads folder, there is nothing here. I press phone call was done. I'm going to see that, hey, I contacted this person then, how much minutes it actually passed, and what speed bucket is this. And also, an automation fills in that this person actually picked up if the phone call was done. I'm now going to delete these because I want to show you an example. So let's say this person, I'm going to fuck this up. I have to copy this whole person and re-add this. This person came through. Can I just change this? Why is... Frick, this is a date, bruv. Yes, this is a date. No, I want hours. I now fucked it up. I want this, date, and I want include time. Cool, now it should work. Yes, so I'm gonna change the time. Let's say today was the time, 11:35. This person came through at 11:30. And if I now come here and press phone call done, now it's under 5 minutes. And in the interface, it's going to tell me that the average speed to lead is 5 minutes. And also here at the bottom, I'm going to create like the speed buckets. Why this is super important, like these speed buckets, is because if you think about it, like you can know the average of when someone was contacted. Maybe it was 5 minutes, or maybe it was 2 hours, and the average becomes, how is it, like 125 minutes average by 2, that's 62.5 minutes. But still, it's really unclear, like what does it actually mean, like 60.5 minutes? What's the distribution of people? So now if you bucket it, you know that one person was contacted within 5 minutes, like that's the under 5 minute bucket, and the other person was contacted in the 1 to 2 hour bucket. And so you can see the distribution like with these buckets, and it's easier to see how people were contacted because the average only gives you the average, not per lead. And so if I basically bucket them, and there's a big function for this, like if, what type of person they are, or what way we contacted this lead, I'm going to see it here, like what bucket they are. So per lead, I can see how they were contacted. And the more under 5 minutes there is, it's better. So yeah, that's really the system we use. And I thought I'm going to come here and show you this because I think this is genuinely insane, bro. Like this is genuinely insane. So catch you later.